Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for August. I can't believe it's here. The year is flying by so fast, but here we are. I also have opened a competition, a second one, to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know regarding their month ahead? What is August bringing for them? What is in store? Can you please enlighten them, reveal what they are to expect at this time? The first card there is Inner Teacher. So a lot of personal development going on there. Well, I have to give it to you straight about August. It is actually going to be a month of intense extremes, especially due to Mars squaring Venus and Jupiter squaring Saturn. But I will get to that in a moment because on a positive note, we are currently in the throes of Leo season. So on a personal level, it's time to let out that inner roar, follow your passions, and allow yourself to shine. This month is about taking center stage in your life. So I'm not surprised to see that personal development card right there. It's about taking charge, honoring your body, your energy, your self-care needs, pampering yourself if possible, doing a little something for you, loving yourself a little harder, but most importantly, valuing your worth and remembering to wear your invisible crown. Walk tall and walk proud with gravitas and empowerment. As you embrace that go-getting spirit, prioritize what's important to you whilst making time for a little power nap along the way. It's really a month to be disciplined. And you're going to remain on course whilst carving out time to have fun, maybe take a vacation or book a quick trip away. There will be some fluctuations in mood, however. Clashes or conflicts might occur during this month and try to dampen things. You may actually embrace your warrior spirit one moment and then suddenly leap into a chasm of emotion the next. But this Leo season, it actually teaches us not to sweat the small stuff. It's time to embrace the opportunity for balance. So be fabulous, but also grab your metaphorical surfboard because you're definitely going to need it this month and get ready to ride that wave that flows towards you. You've got this, but there is a lot of critical energy floating about that will actually affect us all. Now, I don't even really know where to start. There's so much going on, but let's focus on the first wonderful Lionsgate portal, lifting us all up in its high frequency glory, providing a portal of prosperity, abundance, and good luck. It's a gateway to intense manifestation, spiritual healing, and growth, especially for the heart chakra. And this portal, it's been open from the 28th of July, so it's already in motion. It will close on the 12th of August. However, the most powerful day is on the 8th, and it is the bringer of abundance portal. So maybe plan a ritual or just take a moment of stillness to visualize, make a wish. And this portal is connected to wealth. So utilize the energy to its full potential as money-making ideas or even curveballs of luck head in your direction, okay? Now, as I mentioned, hold on to that surfboard because we're in for a little dip. The dreaded Mercury retrograde graces us with its presence, and this time it's doubling down in your sign, my beautiful Virgo, so you're going to feel it the most. You know, you're going to be super organized. You're going to be in a period of improvement. So this period, it can really kick up a storm, though, with electrical equipment, communications, shake up perceptions of reality. So we may see power outages or glitches they're going to become a little bit more of the norm, a regular occurrence, let's put it that way. So save down any important documents, statements, anything that you're working on that's critical at this time. You don't want to lose it. I always say as well, get a torch or a candle on hand too, just in case. Important communications or quotes, if anyone's giving them to you, make sure it's in writing to avoid any misunderstandings later on. And of course, this too shall pass. Mercury retrograde, you know, it is basically a short period this time, and there's always a positive with a negative. So we can actually embrace the opportunity to utilize the energy to revisit or improve something, rethink or course correct to enhance an area of your life that needs a boost. Now, straight after that dip, we have a major shakeup as Jupiter squares Saturn on the 19th and Mars squares Venus on the 22nd. Now, when I say square, I mean clash, okay? Basically, that's what happens. It's a clash of energy that is really a big deal this time. It's highly pressurized, combustible energy, and we often go through a challenging time during this phase, but there is always a positive, as I said, a lesson to be learnt from it. So if you're feeling extra tested round about this date, stop and ask, what am I supposed to learn from this? And the answer will actually transform the situation for the better. This energy can also make you super practical to sit up, pay attention, and get organized and serious about the direction of your life. Now, these squares that I mentioned, they occur in some mutable signs which can actually increase societal tensions on a global scale, and sadly, with the potential to create bigger divides. But I want you to be aware that Venus works super hard this month to basically bring people together, let's put it that way. There will be a jostle of energy, so astrologically, as tensions rise, people take back their power, and with Leo season fully in flow and connected, of course, to the brightest light in the sky, the sun, it will reveal where we can grow together rather than apart. But this clash of energy, it impacts us all from the 19th of August, and I hate to say it, right through until June 2025, okay? So I'm not going to lie to you, things are going to get pretty wild and weird and sometimes unbelievable. You may have already started to see that in the last couple of years, but it's going to really ramp up a little notch there over the next couple of months. You may notice extreme behavior, shocks, plot twists. Also, the full moon, and I feel actually exhausted saying this one, but the full moon, it's a blue full moon, and it occurs, of course it occurs on the 19th as well, so that will intensify the energy. So again, on a global scale, we may be in for a major surprise around this time. 19th to the 22nd is critical, and of course there's always a positive. So you know, if you're looking to purchase real estate, there may be some sort of price reduction around about that time, maybe even an economical fluctuation. I do see a brief financial correction that may benefit, but it's only brief before it's U-turned or changed in some way. And of course we have strong solar flares this month, which could also influence pressure, triggering major earthquakes, volcanic combustible energy, because actually we're in the firm flow of reshaping landscapes, both spiritually, economically, energetically, politically, socially, you name it, everything is being changed at this time. And you can feel it, you can see it, and you don't need me to tell you it, but I want you to be aware of the planetary alignments that are also increasing the speed of these changes, okay? Now, we may see some figures in authority this month be replaced suddenly by unexpected candidates, a reneging of promises maybe, or a restructure of a system that pushes things too far that the only thing left to do is transformation. Now, all things change, of course, and we all know it can get pretty intense, a little bit dark before the dawn, so things can feel uncomfortable during this shift. But I really want you to be aware that this month is actually the gateway to what you want to change for the better, okay? Remember that you're protected and directed towards greater opportunities to marvel at the wonderful you and how you show up for yourself and others every single day. So be proud of all you are, all you're maintaining, sustaining, and creating at this time. Despite how difficult things are, you are a tower of power, and in all your glorious sovereignty, you've got this, okay? So let's get to your cards. I see that you are strongly in the throes of organization. I definitely see that you are basically in your daily routines. Your 12th house and your 6th house are influencing you this month. So I really feel like you are basically leveling up in some way, focusing on responsibilities. And your first card there is, of course, the inner teacher. So this is the Hierophant energy. So this is about you reestablishing your belief system, having faith that even though things have been difficult or highly pressurized, you've got this. This is a card of learning what you're capable of under different circumstances. Now, this card also can indicate that you're investing in yourself this month. You are strongly in the energy of learning, acquiring new knowledge. So some of you could put yourself in a course of learning or desiring to learn more about a certain thing that has you very curious at this time. I feel like you're absorbing a lot of knowledge. But also this could be you following a traditional route to do something that you can see the end game. You're working really hard towards accomplishing a goal. I definitely see that you're very productive at this time. And I also see that you're developing and deepening your spiritual gifts. And also, I feel you are connecting to your higher self. I actually feel like you are going to see a lot of divine intervention this month, where you are going to notice that you are governed by higher forces, okay? And things are just going to work out better than you planned. That's what I see. It's almost like you're going to have a few plot twists, but you're going to be pleasantly surprised by the way things work out. But I see a lot of personal development this month, you know, connecting to your own needs, sitting with yourself in silence, really quietening the inner critic, implementing self-care routines or rituals in some way. And with the higher calling in the resistance position, I feel some of you have been super busy and super exhausted to the point where you haven't been able to manifest or really think clearly about what it is you truly want. Write it down like a list. And I definitely see that you're going to be able to do that this month. But also, it's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in a reverse like that. There's something here that you've been avoiding, or perhaps you have been too busy to accomplish. Every sign is pretty much getting something similar, that you're going to revisit something that you have in motion already, and you may learn new knowledge on how to revamp it or how to improve it in some way. So whether you're doing some DIY, because I do see a lot of reorganization going on here for you. I see that you are basically fully focused on your goals. You may even be responding differently to a project or a challenging situation, but I feel like you're learning as you go. And there's something, though, that perhaps you've been meaning to get around to doing, or perhaps you've been avoiding it. Maybe it's the task that you're thinking, oh, I really don't want to do this. But August, you're totally on it. You're going to breeze it, is what I see. You're going to do it really swiftly. So whether it is that closet that you're like, oh, you know what, I got to get in there and sort it out, or whether it's fix that door, or perhaps it's just, you know, put your resume out there because you're feeling a strain and you're feeling that perhaps you want to look for other alternative opportunities. You know, whatever it is that you've been meaning to get around to doing, you're actually going to do it in the month of August, and you're going to feel super proud of yourself there as well. But also, this is about you asking those bigger philosophical questions. Your 12th house is influencing you at the beginning of the month. So I'm not surprised to see these two cards. This is the deepest part of your chart, where you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual, but it's time to basically connect to your higher self and reinforce your spiritual path and develop a deeper sense of awareness, and also receive important messages, important downloads at this time as you go through some intense personal growth, okay? Now, when we go through periods of personal development and growth, we have the biggest breakthrough when we're going through some difficult times. So you may have been going through some challenging times recently. Expect a major breakthrough for yourself this month. It's definitely on the cards there for you. You have an Ace of Swords, which basically means divine intervention. Fate and destiny become clear, and suddenly there is a breakthrough. I feel there's going to be a bit of a fast-paced month for you. lots of ideas, lots of you taking charge of your thoughts, really working hard on your projects. And also the star energy is being recognized for this, stepping to the spotlight of success. It feels very much like a dream come true month, but on a very sort of grounded level. I feel like, you know, these personal wins are very important. So whether it is something that you've been working towards on enhancing yourself in some way, or whether it is that you are going through a test to get like a new qualification, or perhaps a driving license, or perhaps you are getting a license to practice something. I definitely see that, you know, all your hard work is paying off and you're going to pass with flying colors, and then you're in the flow of basically restructuring your life to become really independent or do whatever it is you need to do. You're following your heart and you're listening to your higher calling. So a lot of your month is going to be focused on your direction. Your sixth house is influencing you, and this is all about your schedules, focusing on your work or your projects, paying bills, savings plans, budgets, repayment plans, and responsibilities and tasks. And this house, it can feel a little bit dull or boring, like nothing's happening. Sometimes we don't see progress because we're in the midst of it every single day. But if we look back, we'll see how far we've come. And I feel, you know, it's very important, this house, because it keeps everything running smoothly. And I feel simplicity is the name of the day for you in the month of August. I feel this is about keeping your life running smoothly, being on target, focusing on your health. Some of you may even restart a health kick or a sleeping sort of pattern where you make sure that you get into routine so that you sleep better. You may even discover something that helps you sleep better as well. Perhaps you feel like there is a vitamin that you're lacking that you need to increase to aid sleep in some way. Some of you may even, you know, look at an exercise plan or revisit one that perhaps worked for you in the past. But this is a card that indicates that you're thinking about your direction. And some of you, even though you have a goal, you're very goal-oriented, I feel the path has been hard. And some of you may have been wondering, are you on the right path? Well, the answer is yes. I see that there's a lot of good things coming your way to kind of reinforce that you are on the right path. Some really great news that you're going to love here. News that perhaps you feel has been delayed is showing up for you there. And also, the Knight of Swords, I feel there's major lifestyle changes this month. So I feel it's action-packed month for you, and I feel you're going to get so much done. Also, I do feel that with the Strength card there, this is about you maturing and seeing what you're capable of. You really are a force to be reckoned with. This card is literally connecting to that inner roar. Leo season is going to work really well for you as, you know, you overcome a struggle or a hardship, or you overcome something that has been bothering you for some time. But also, this is about implementing self-care needs, unconditional love. But I'm getting a very strong energy here that you're going to do something bold and daring that is out of your comfort zone, something that perhaps is outside your usual parameters, whether it's explore something in a new neighborhood, maybe it's you thinking about working or living overseas. For some of you, it could be a bold move that you make in your career, bold move in a relationship, a bold move, you know, in general. I just feel like you are going big, going home this month. I feel it's not going big or going home, it's going big and going home. I feel like you can have it all, but I really feel you're making great strides towards something, and it requires a big move from you. I also feel that you're going to be super productive, okay? You're going to get a lot of your tasks and responsibilities done. You're going to feel super proud of yourself. Eight of Pentacles is like you are in a cycle of repeat. Structure actually works really well for you now so that you know where you're at and you're ticking things off your list is what I see. But also I feel like you don't want to get stuck in routine. So some of you are making sure that you're curious to see what else is out there. I mean, I see a lot of responsibility and almost like tunnel vision, trying to accomplish something. So please don't forget to have a little bit of fun along the way. I actually just see that you're challenging yourself. Okay, you've got that Five of Wands. We'll get to that in a moment, but it feels very much like you are kind of thinking of your next move in life and you're wanting to challenge yourself. That's why it has to be bold and daring. So for example, if you're like, okay, I really want to pick up a hobby or I want to do something sporty, you may be like, what could I do? So some of you may be like, okay, I could go painting. I could pick up a hobby doing painting. but then you could be like, okay, or I could try rock climbing instead. So you may actually decide to go to like an indoor wall where you learn how to rock climb, and it's something that's more bold and daring and more challenging. Doesn't mean you're not going to do the painting as well, but I feel like you are trying to push yourself out of your comfort zone this month on so many different levels. So for example, if you're in a career as well, it could be that you suggest something that's really like out there, and everyone sits there and looks at you and is like, what? And you're like, oh my gosh, that was so radical and bold and daring. How is it going to be received? And suddenly they're like, oh my gosh, why didn't we think about that? That is awesome. Yes, that's the big, bold move that we need. I feel like you are bringing your A game this month to whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. You know, even if you are, retiring at this time, or you have retired, I feel like you just want to do something that's different, that's exciting, that reignites that lust for life, that, I feel like you're rewilding yourself, right? That's what I'm feeling. For some of you, you feel like that little missing wildness about you. You want to just turn the fire up a little bit in your life, and I feel this is the month where you're going to do that. So your first card there is the Temperance card, okay? So this is how you're feeling right now. This is your current position. You may feel that, you are re-examining your priorities, you're blending your life, you're trying to make sure that everything is working in simplicity. It's a card where you're having patience with things. You're diligently working towards accomplishing the lifestyle that you aspire to, and you just feel like you're in the flow, okay? But you may feel that the flow, there's more to life than just the flow. You want to ramp things up a little bit. So I feel this Temperance card, although you're patient and diligent, and I feel with this energy that you are kind of like making sure that there's no disharmony in your life. You're eradicating drama. I mean, the Five of Wands is the card of drama as well. It's in the past position. You may be utilizing a lot of energy to move away from drama or dramatic people or situations that test you, or people who try to push your buttons or micromanage you. I feel like you are trying to, protect your inner peace. And that doesn't mean that you can't embrace your heart's bliss or something that you really would love to do, because the Page of Cups is basically about learning more about yourself, but also it's about embracing your heart and what it has desired for quite some time. It's also about you blooming where you're planted, okay? So I feel this energy of you kind of like opening yourself up to more fun things in life, but also getting to know yourself a little bit more. It just feels like you are diving a little bit deeper. What do you love doing? When you spend time alone, what is your go-to thing? Is it to spend time to do some pottering around the home space, get organized? You love that? Do you not love that? Do you take yourself out to a gallery? How do you romance your life? Life, it's really hard. We've got so many things on our plate, so many responsibilities, but we can carve out a little bit of time to do something really special on our own. I love, for example, to just go off to the cinema by myself and just watch something all by myself. And I love, if I'm really lucky enough to have a day off, which is rare, but if I do have a day off, it's really nice to go at a time where there's literally no one in the cinema, and I've got the whole cinema to me. It's really simple, it's really small, but it's a really great thing for me. It just feels really like magical. So it's really about embracing the magical things in life this month as well, even though you're in the flow of responsibility, paying those bills, working on your savings plans, reducing any repayment plans and like mortgages and things like that. I just feel like you're trying to have the best of both worlds there as well. Now, the Page of Cups in this position, because it is in a resistance position, you get it in the upright, but also in the reverse, okay? This can indicate, especially with that Five of Wands there's someone who has unrealistic expectations of you. So it could be that they are demanding something of you that you feel is unreasonable. You may basically have a very blunt, honest, open conversation with this person. It's diplomatic, but it's straight to the point, and they get the message. So this could be someone that you work with, could be a neighbor, could be a family member, could even be your partner if you're in a high-level commitment. But I definitely see that, you are speaking your truth and you are making yourself heard, and you're being direct with it as well. Now, also, I have to acknowledge that you and this person, after this conversation, you work together, you rebuild. So it's not a biggie, but it makes sure that you've drawn a line in the sand and you erect healthier boundaries there as well. Now, also the Page of Cups, I cannot ignore the fact that this card can literally mean that, you know, if you're looking for love, you are going to meet someone new. So I feel there's a strong potential there. You may meet this person at a place where there is charitable events, or they collect for charity, or perhaps it's actually like a place where you're doing something for charity, or it could be where you volunteer your time to help somebody. It just feels like you're doing something good for the benefit of someone else, or that's the environment, and you could actually meet someone there. It could also be that this person is connected to those endeavors and is really a nice person, and they're very passionate as well, very intense, and I feel in a good way, and I feel you strike up a really wonderful connection, and I feel you and this person, it's kind of like a really wonderful, refreshing relationship where both people, they speak their mind. You know where you're at. Also, it just feels like it's easy. So look out for that as well. But the Page of Cups is basically you looking at what you have to offer in life and making sure that there is a reciprocal exchange. So I feel you're looking at balance. What you give out, what you get back. And if you feel that it's somehow less than what you've been giving out, I feel like you're readdressing that balance and you're striving for better this month. Now also we have the Ace of Swords. This is your breakthrough. So August is definitely a breakthrough month. Communication coming in that's going to be very exciting and celebrated. Ace of Swords also indicates that you're being really honest and direct about what it is you want. You may, it's interesting, I would say you're going to have some ideas and be inspired on new projects, but I wouldn't start those projects until after the Mercury retrograde. I feel Mercury retrograde, it more benefits things you already have in motion. So some of you could revisit something, maybe tweak it a little bit and then release it or launch it or, you know, finalize it. But I would say any new ideas that come towards you, I would say think about them, strategize them, but I feel, you know, build up to it, and then after the Mercury retrograde, that's your launching point. If you have no choice but to launch something or sign a contract or do something during a Mercury retrograde, I would say all it means is you may revisit it or have to look back on it or correct it in some way, and there could be a delay on it, okay? So it could be a little bit frustrating, but it's not a biggie. So if you have to do one of those things during a Mercury retrograde, just go for it. But it may mean that you just have to come back to it at some point. Now, Ace of Swords can also indicate some of you, not all of you, but some of you may have a procedure booked for the month of August. Know that you will hear news about this. I mean, it could be that I feel the date remains the same, but the time may change. You know, there's some sort of change there, but what I see here is that you will convalesce, you will heal there, the star is present, and the strength card is there as well, so that's about getting back to best. Make sure that you don't rush your recovery, because I feel there could be a setback, so just watch out for that. Make sure, you know, when you feel ready to get back into the fray of life, then get back. But take your time, it's necessary. Now, the Ace of Swords also is about the mind. You know, you have an incredible mind. So I feel right now you are manifesting opportunities towards you. Thoughts become things. But I also see that some of you, you put a lot of pressure on yourself. You tend to be very critical, especially since we have the Five of Wands there. So there could be this inner battle that you're trying to overcome right now. You will have peace of mind. Okay, I feel that you take charge of your thoughts, or find a practice like meditation or yoga or maybe even painting or pottery or sport. It feels like you do something to channel the thoughts and the energy into focusing on what you're doing in that moment, to be present. So I feel a lot of you are thinking about how to become more present, and you may make a breakthrough on that in the month of August. Especially if you've struggled when you try to meditate, suddenly all of these thoughts come in. You know, a lot of people will say to meditate is to quieten your mind and have nothing in there. I mean, that's when you reach a certain level of elevation that you can get to that point. But ultimately, it's about noticing the thoughts that come through and having no attachments to them and just letting them float on by to the point where, you know, the clutter or the kind of like constant chatter starts to calm down, and then you find a peace and a stillness. It's not about stopping thoughts or limiting thoughts. It's about embracing every thought and seeing it for what it is and then just allowing it to move on. This too shall pass. Not having any attachments. It would free you up from having like analysis paralysis or putting extra pressure on you. I mean, with that Five of Wands in the resistance position, it means, you know, any pressurizing situations or drama is being left in the past. It's the past position for a reason. But also this card, as you can see there are two figures that basically resemble chess pieces. So I feel some of you are thinking about your next move, or you have thought about it, you strategized on it, and I feel like, you know, the month of August is you launching it or taking charge of it, but mostly only after the Mercury retrograde. Also, the Five of Wands can indicate that you are trying to manage stressful situations in a different manner, or you've been, you know, dealing with a person who has been very hard to deal with. This could be a client, it could be a boss, it could be a neighbor, it could be a family member. It feels like there's a lot of pressure, and I just get this energy that, you know, you're not really distancing yourself from it. I feel like you are speaking your truth and saying what you need to say so that you can actually clear the air and make that person see the effect that their actions have on the situation. This person is going to be given something to really think about this month. They will go away and think about it. And I see them actually coming towards you with an olive branch in the month of August and saying, you know what, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I feel this person, they were lost in their own stuff. And there's no excuse, of course, but I feel like they didn't really realize the impact that their chaos was causing on a situation. But I feel like you both managed to find a solution. Now, the Five of Wands, of course, is to challenge yourself. So some of you may be thinking, well, I feel you've already thought about the next move, and I feel like you are deciding to go big or go home. And I feel with the Page of Swords there, this is about new focus. So some of you could be starting new projects, especially towards the end of the month. Some of you could be basically implementing the ideas that you've already had, and you're taking charge, you're taking action. But also I feel like you're investigating and strategizing a new plan or adding to your plan in some way in order to action it later on, because I feel like you action it later on with that Knight of Swords. But that Page of Swords, there's some good news that's going to make you very curious. Okay, so this could be an opportunity that's offered to you that will reshape the way that you live. For some of you, it could be that, you know, you're going to be working in a different way. Some of you, it could be that your business is relocating, or perhaps there's some refurbishment going on and you're going to have to work from home, or perhaps there's something going on where you may have to work from home or be digitally nomadic in some way. Maybe this is something you're going to love. But for some of you, if you're retired, for example, this could be that, you know, you are going to get an invitation from a family member or a friend who lives in a different country than you, and you may actually basically get that invitation that says, come on over, have a vacation, spend some time, I'd love to see you. You may even hear that this person is planning to come to where you live, and they see you and have that communication and then say, hey, I'm returning the favor. You need to come to where I live and have a wonderful vacation, and you know, you can stay with me. So I feel there is the potential there to basically do a bit of traveling, or at least book something this month for later on. Now, the Page of Swords, that's really a brainstorming card. You know, you may have an idea that you're curious about, or a lifestyle change that you really want to implement. You may be, you know, gathering a lot of knowledge before you decide to do it. So for example, if you're going through something that's bothering you, it could be that you investigate the ways that people have dealt with this, and you take a little ingredient from what this person says, something here, something there, someone else says something else, and you may investigate those things before you see if it's right for you. Because I feel like right now you're trying to strategize a plan towards something that you're building, and I feel you're going to continue building and remain on course, because all of your cards are like remain on course, but make it exciting. Don't make it boring or dull, because sometimes, of course, structure is important, but at the same time, when we are in a repetitive cycle, we can get a little bit bored, and we can feel unmotivated or lethargic because we feel we crave something new. So some of you are thinking of new ways to revamp what you do already. Whether you're in a career, whether you are nomadic, whether you're looking for a job, whether you're retired, whatever your circumstances, I feel like you're trying to keep life interesting at this time and reignite that lust for life. Some of you, if you are currently out of work and you've been looking for a job. Yes, the job market has been very challenging and there's a lot of competition out there, but I see something coming in for you, okay? I actually see two things. One, it feels like it's a starter position, and the other one is a little bit more established. I feel like you're going to choose the one that brings the best money, of course, the money that you can build, but each role will build in finances, so I want you to be aware. I feel one of them is a dream job opportunity, so it feels like a no-brainer that you're actually going to choose that one, and that's the one that comes with a little bit more money, so that's what's happening there too. Now we've got the star energy, a lot of success here. Something you've been wishing for is showing up for you, but also you're aligning yourself right now with something better. You know, the star energy is to be a visionary, to project what you want for the future, and, you know, to remain on course to accomplish it. So I definitely see that, you know, you have a lot on your mind right now, so many swords in your reading. So I feel like this is about you having healthy balance, trying to silence the inner critic, connect to the things that you love doing more of those things that you love doing, basically being in the flow of responsibility, and it just feels like a little bit business as usual, but how can you approach it from a different angle so that life is more exciting, or you reignite that lust for life there as well. Now also the star energy, a lot of healing, especially the heart chakra area, because you have the Page of Cups there as well. If you've been hurt in the past, or you've been challenged in the past on a situation that has been very uncomfortable, I see you doing a lot of healing, a lot of processing some difficult emotions this month, but it means that you leave them in the past and you are clear of them so that you can enjoy a brighter future there as well. Now also the star energy, you have strong manifestation potential, especially with that 8-8 portal. Remember, make a wish, or at least make a manifestation or a plan on the 8th of August, because you're going to start to see it formulate and come together. You're rebuilding, but also you're building something even greater. And I feel that your future self will thank you for what you do in this month in particular, okay? Also, the star energy is a month to be seen. So some of you may have been working away in silence on something. Actually, there's 3 pieces of really good news coming your way. I just want you to be aware of that. 2 are really fantastic, and one's just like, oh, I expected that. It's nice to know it's happening. But I also see with this star energy, yeah, you're going to be in the spotlight for something. So this is about you being recognized. You may have felt like you're squirreling away behind the scenes, working on something that you go unnoticed. But actually, I see people in positions of authority are noticing your work ethic. They're noticing that they can count on you. You're destined for the top. So there is a strong potential that you could have an appraisal during this time, even though it's not appraisal month, but there may be some sort of meeting or something where it is communicated that a new role is becoming available. It's not in August, is what I see. I mean, there could be a new project that's available in August, but I feel it could be September, October that this new role becomes available, and I feel you are the person that they have in mind for this role. So they may communicate that to you. So it just is an incentive for you to basically take on some more work. So just watch out for that, because I feel like they may not offer you any extra money at this stage, only when you move into this new role. But it is rewarding. So I feel you're thinking more about the long term for this. If you're not in a career or you're not looking for a job right now, this is about you embracing your inner shine. I feel people in the past may have felt intimidated by the shine that is within you. They may have felt that, you know, next to you, they felt inadequate in some way. Now, of course, you're not perfect, my beautiful Virgo, but you do strive for perfection. You do strive to do the best that you can in every situation. And no one is more critical of themselves than you, but they may not know that about you. And sometimes they look at you like, oh, you're perfect. You think you know everything. This may be someone who's close to you. Could be a sibling rivalry, if you have a sibling. If not, it could be someone that you work with. Or I feel that this is about you sort of like not allowing this person to push your buttons, or not allowing them to dull your shine. That's their problem. They need to learn to mature and embrace themselves and shine for themselves. But I feel, you know, sometimes you may have felt bad that, you know, you tried your best and you brought your A game, and just because they felt that somehow your power was intimidating towards them, This could especially happen in relationships, okay, in romantic relationships, especially if you're the successful partner. Sometimes your partner may feel frustrated that they also want to be as successful as you, but it hasn't worked out that way for them. It doesn't mean it's not going to. It just means that they could be frustrated and be extra stressed, and it kind of filters out into the relationship. So there may be an honest, open conversation about something like that between either a partner or a friend. I mean, it could be a friend or a family member, but I see the star energy indicating that both parties find a solution and remain clear that, you both want the best for each other, and both of you can share in the success. Now this star energy, this is allow yourself to be seen. So if you have been in hermit mode for a while, working on something, you may reveal something this month or launch it. But also it could be that you've been going through a major personal development kind of period where you're seeing the evidence of all your hard work. So if you've been in the gym a lot, or you've been working on a certain diet, or that you have changed a look, revamped or enhanced what you already have, I feel like this is about you stepping out and allowing yourself to be seen in all your glory and feeling super proud of yourself. I mean, my readings are not about aesthetics, but it just came up briefly there, so I had to mention it in the water. But this is about, what do you wish for? What does your heart desire? Because whatever it is, thoughts are becoming things. Because your next card is the Magician card. What you have in your mind, you have infinite possibilities to make it happen on the physical plane. And as you see, the Ace of Swords is like, you will see it become your reality, okay? What is above will be below as well. So this is strong energy that, that portal of abundance and manifestation on the 8th is really going to work for you. I mean, I would say try and manifest something every day of the Lionsgate portal, especially since you have the Lionsgate kind of connection to the Strength card. So right up until the 12th of August, I feel it's a potent time for you to take charge of your life, be in control, and manifest more opportunity towards you. But the strongest day, of course, will be the 8th. And as you can see, that affinity sign there underneath the hat, it looks like an 8. So I feel it's really going to work well for you. Also, the Magician card is, you have so much potential. You actually have so much opportunity. But most importantly, you have everything you need within yourself for anything that you want to accomplish. You just need to put one foot in front of the other and, set tasks in motion and trust the process, because the universe is stepping up as well to deliver something you've been wishing for. And I feel like some really great karma coming towards you here as well. Now, we do have the external circumstances. Knight of Swords, lots of communication, lots of tasks, very goal-oriented, very productive. I feel like you are literally batting things out of the park. So what I mean by that is, yes, I feel it's a very fast-paced month for you. You are going to be pushed and pulled in many different directions, but you are going to be very productive and get a lot done. So this Knight is the Knight that accomplishes all that they set out to do. So I feel you're going to be super proud of yourself, but also some of you are going through some lifestyle changes this month. So whatever it is that you've been focusing on, that you could do with a change in that area, I feel like you implement that change and you're not looking back. This is a card of also responding differently to challenging circumstances. So I feel peace of mind, you're leaving drama or difficulty behind, and I feel like you have plain sailing or a smooth path, a clear path towards whatever it is you are building. I feel like you're building your empire, or you're building towards the life that you aspire to, and I definitely see that you are working really hard to make that become a reality. There's more money available to you in the future. You're building your pension pot, or you're building your financial pot there as well. But we've also got the Seven of Swords. Now this is a hope and a fear position, okay? So of course, if you look at this card, it's like you want to be seen, truly seen and understood, okay? This card is a card of independence. Seven of Swords, it can be connected to, leading with integrity, or someone perhaps betraying a confidence. So there is a potential there. If you tell someone about what you're working on, they could blurt it out to someone who you know, is a rival or basically doesn't want the best for you. So watch who you tell about your plans. But also the Seven of Swords, it's more of a quest for independence. So some of you could be striking out on your own this month, launching new business ideas, becoming an entrepreneur. If you are one already, you may do something bold and daring that sets you apart from the competition. Remember, you're leaving the competition in the dust, in the past. So this is about you basically establishing something that's going to grow infinitely. Also, the Seven of Swords is a little reminder. Don't go too fast, even though it's a fast-paced month, because you may miss something and you may need to revisit it, okay? Now, also, because we've got the star here, there is a potential that you may find something out that was hidden from you. Now, whoever hid this from you, they may have had your best intentions at heart. However, I feel a truth is revealed to you in the month of August, okay? I'm just going to see what that's about. But the Seven of Swords, it tends to mean that you're not giving up on something. You're establishing a little bit more independence in your life. So if you feel someone is trying to micromanage you or trying to pressurize you into seeing things from their perspective, I see that you see their perspective, but also you're honoring your own. Can you please guide? Hermit. Okay. Now some of you may be quite quitting a situation, withdrawing from a situation, but actually because you've got so many swords, I feel like you're communicating it in a very blunt way. So if you're leaving a job, for example, it could be that, you know, suddenly you reveal that you are moving on to a competitor, or perhaps you are actually setting up your own business and you are becoming the competitor. For some of you with the Hermit there, you could feel that no one understands you and you're trying to find a healthier way to communicate your needs, but also you may feel that people are so caught up in their own thing that no one's really noticing. And I feel the month of August is the month to have a really honest, open conversation, to take accountability for that. So if you're a parent and you're overstretched, for example, you know, you may have a conversation with your child or your teenager, or perhaps with your partner, and, you know, try to find some reciprocity or some support in that situation. The Hermit basically is, you know, a very thoughtful time. And the Seven of Swords can be like when you're on your own and you are basically searching for answers, trying to find a solution. Do you tear yourself down and doubt yourself, or, you know, berate yourself or extra critical on yourself, or do you build yourself up? Because you have the Eight of Pentacles there, and the Eight of Pentacles is to build yourself up. So this is about have confidence in yourself. You're reaching a level of success that may make you feel doubt, or may make you feel that something could go wrong, but I feel like you are constantly building. But sometimes, you know, the inner critic arises to try and tear ourselves down. You know, if you spoke to someone else the way that sometimes you speak to yourself, you know, that person wouldn't accept it, and you certainly probably wouldn't do it. You know, if someone actually said some of the things that you say to yourself to you as well, you'd call them out on it and say, hey, you can't talk to me like that. If you called them out on stuff like that, it's time to call yourself out on things like that as well. Make sure that you're not, you know, tearing yourself down with that inner critic. I feel this is about you noticing when those negative thoughts arise and healing a part of yourself and reminding yourself that actually you're doing an awesome job. You've got difficult circumstances that you're dealing with. You're showing up for yourself and you've got this. And you should be really proud of yourself because you've come a long way. Now, your final card there is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is also a card of learning. Some of you may be spending some money on a course of learning, or perhaps you're going to find a course online that's free. But the Eight of Pentacles is investment in self. 8 is the number of the self. Again, it's another indication that 8 is a very important number for you. So the Lionsgate portal will work really well. But the Eight of Pentacles is to build. Both financially, in terms of your life, you're building something, you're sticking to your plans, and structure works really well for you. This is a card of accomplishment. It's keeping your head down, and some of you, it's like you're saving for a large purchase, like real estate or a car, and I feel like your dreams will become a reality, and you're going to be so proud that you did this all by yourself. Also, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of basically the work that you're doing now. You're going to see it pay off in really unusual, unexpected, but exciting ways. And you're going to be so happy because it is basically meaning that there is a brighter future to look forward to. In terms of Eight of Pentacles for your finances, it kind of indicates that, you know, you're being strict with your budget, you're spending on things that only make a difference in your life, and that you're going to be able to save a little bit more money this month. With the Seven of Swords there, I would just be, especially since you've got so many swords, Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, I would say be a little bit mindful of phishing emails or cold callers, okay? Because I feel right now, especially the month of August, it could be rife where someone calls and says, hey, you have an issue with your bank, and I'm here calling from your bank. Please let me know your details because I need to help you with this issue. It's critical. And you're like, hell no, let me turn that phone right off and either go into your branch or, you know, maybe go on the official website and call them from that number. I just feel like with the Seven of Swords there's a strong potential for someone to call and try to bamboozle and say, you know, they can help you with something when actually they're trying to do something a little bit, you know, untoward or off-grid, under the radar, okay? So just watch out for that. So yeah, I feel overall it's a very positive month. I feel like you are, you know, pushing boundaries and learning what you're capable of. You're challenging yourself in exciting ways. I see a lot of success here. I see that you're sticking to your plans. You're being disciplined. You're focusing on the details. And I feel like you're building, you know, a life that you should be really proud of. And that anything you've been struggling with, I feel is going to get easier. There's a major breakthrough here for you. And yeah, I feel that things are going to take a turn for the better, okay? Also, I feel like you're learning to communicate your own needs in a healthy way. Snake Charmer, Divine Love. They want me to go again, so I will. And one more. Okay, so we have helpful people. Interesting, the next card is Snake Charmer. So I did mention there briefly at the end about someone who presents as helpful but actually is a snake charmer, so just watch out for that. But I'm going to read them separately as well in energy. Helpful people, someone will be generous to you. People want to help or are willing to help and accept help from others. You know, you are someone who's super independent. You tend to pretty much do everything that you need to do for yourself, but sometimes we can ask for support. So I feel that's more connected to a partnership. If you feel that right now you've been carrying a lot of the load in the relationship, I feel like you do find divine balance there. We've got Snake Charmer. Okay, and it says here, turn a situation to your advantage. You'll win against your enemy. I did say that you are, you know, above the competition, or you will win a situation, or you will change a situation that has been pressurizing you, or I just feel like you are having a glow up in some area of your life, and someone who has been causing some issues is going to watch that glow up. It says here, 2 steps ahead of your enemy. Rather than enemy, I'd rather say competition or rival, okay? So I feel that's more important because I don't see that you have enemies, my beautiful Virgo. But with that 5 of Wands there, I feel like you leave competition in the dust, or someone who's been causing issue, you leave them to the sidelines. We've also got divine love, so soulmate coming in if you are looking for a high level commitment, strong potential to meet someone this month. But also if you are already in a divine connection, I feel this is about, you know, solving something together, deepening your connection. It says here, a soul connection with someone, looking for or finding true love and loving something or someone. Okay, but as I said at the beginning, this is about you looking at your heart and seeing what you love, doing more of that, and you know, holding on to it. Also, we've got breakthrough. I did mention you're going to have a breakthrough this month, a major one. It says here, escaping from what controlled you, the breakthrough to success, and a very important development. So big news happening for you in the month of August as well, something that you will celebrate. And finally, we've got legacy. I think I did mention, I'm not sure, it's like your future self will be so proud of the effort or the plans or the things that you have in motion in this month in particular. And it says here, contribution to future generations, an enduring impact, and earthly possessions. So this is about you channeling your focus into what you're building at this time, whether that's financially, whether it's you creating a stable foundation in your life creating stability and a platform for you to springboard onto in the coming months. I feel this is a very critical month for you, and it's going to pick up pace, but make sure that you don't go too quickly because you may miss something, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a balloon before we close. Okay. So we have the clock. I mean, some of you, it's like you are clocking off, perhaps maybe booking a vacation, but of course we've got a clock there which can indicate time-sensitive material, maybe things coming to an expiry date like a passport, visa, documents, contracts, service providers. Maybe you need to look into that. Maybe this is even your reminder that you've got to cancel a subscription or something. Maybe it's even a free subscription that you thought you'd try out, but as a trial, but now you need to change it, otherwise you will be charged for it. But that clock there, I feel like, time is important, and you are utilizing your time in a very efficient way this month. Also, we've got the wonderful ladybug. That means good luck is on your side. This may even be a sign that you're going to get in the month of August. You may see a ladybug or an image of one that indicates good luck is headed in your direction, and something that you've been trying to build is working out in your favor. And this is the destiny rune. So this is about staying on course, it's about reaching your goal, and it's also about taking the initiative to turn your life around. Also, it's a rune that connects to secrets. So I feel something will be revealed to you in the month of August. But I feel part of you, it will change the way you look at this person, but I feel like you understand why they kept the secret. Okay, so that will be revealed. That may not be resonated with everyone, but I have to mention it because it's come through there. So I'll leave that there, my beautiful Virgo. I hope something resonates for you. If you'd like the opportunity to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is write in the comments box below, "Love is the answer." And literally your reading this month is kind of like that. Love is the answer. Do more things that you love. But love is the answer, okay? And my guides will draw me to one subscriber to win the free personal reading. And I will announce the winner in a video at the end of August. So please keep your notification bell on, because that will alert you to that video to let you know if it was you or not. And then I'll let you know how to contact me for that free personal reading, okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.